So, tell us, what does a preacher do to prepare for a game on Sunday?
We're talking about Josh Creature. you know, I, for me at this point in my career, I feel like it's mindset that really separates good teams from other good teams. And I just try to put myself in the best mental mind state that I could possibly be in. Of course, I'm gonna do everything I can possibly do to feel good come Sunday, like body work and all of those things. But I like to go into the game and have peace. I like to go into the game knowing I did everything that I possibly could to have success in this game, and that gives me peace. And whether we win or whatever the outcome may be, I'm at peace because I know I did everything that I possibly could do. And sometimes, the football guys, they just, not on your side, but they've had our favor for, a little bit here, and I just like to put myself in the best possible situation to have success. So that's what I do. If it's from a mental standpoint or a physical standpoint or an emotional standpoint, when I go into the game, I'm at peace.
I don't know how many rookie quarterbacks you've faced, but I'm sure there's been quite a few. What's the difference, as far as looks that you can throw at a rookie maybe versus, if this was Ben Roethlisberger 3 years ago?
A long time ago, I just stopped, calling guys rookies and treating guys like rookies. And this is pro sports. Everybody's a professional, and that's how I go about it, whether it's on my team or anybody else's team. Everybody has been the man at some point in another. Maybe it's college or maybe it's high school, but they just have that it factor. To play at this level, you have that it factor, and you have talent, and you could, on paper, you could be the next Hall of Famer. So, I like to give everybody that type of respect. It doesn't matter if he's a young quarterback or not. This offensive line is probably, it's the best offensive line that we played this season. Chuk and Dan Moore, they do a really good job protecting the edges. They got a line full of tough guys, tough, smart guys. Played the Steelers last year. I always had respect for those guys, but they earn my respect. A little bit more after that game. They play really, really well. Blocked me up pretty good. So going to this game, they had my respect. Chuk is one of the best right tackles in the league. He don't get enough respect, but I give it to him. Dan Moore, Texas A&M product. He's holding down the left tackle position too, and they got those guys on the inside playing at a high clip too. So it doesn't matter who they have back there at quarterback. Even though this young quarterback, he's talented, I think this offensive line is really the difference maker, for their offense.
Well, I mean, he rushed for a couple of touchdowns, had him up 10 points in the game, and then 3 interceptions. What have you seen, from him on tape, or what's your early read on?
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't had that many. He hasn't had that many, attempts. I think it's 13 pass attempts. And I think when you pick it up, if those interceptions will obviously go down, and the mistakes will obviously go down. They got my respect. I'm not coming into this game, with. I'm not coming to this game, off guard or anything. I'm treating this game like they're the Pittsburgh Steelers, which they are. I'm still coached by Mike Tomlin. Got a whole lot of respect for Mike. I was with Mike Tomlin at the Pro Bowl. I always heard, great stories about him, but being on his staff and being on his team for a week, it really showed me why people fall in love with Mike Tomlin and that whole organization. So. It doesn't matter what their record says. It doesn't matter who they have at quarterback. Their core players are still their core players. This offensive line, this receiver core is still good. Defense is playing Steelers football. Cameron Hayward, he's part of my draft class. Still going crazy. Minka Fitzpatrick is going crazy as well. So just got a lot of respect for all those guys. Malik Reed, I played with Malik in Denver. Alex Highsmith is obviously the sack leader, coming into this week. So I got a lot of respect for all of those guys. And football it's a team sport. Even though they have some young guys and some high profile positions, like it's a team sport, and I'm sure they're not gonna let anybody get picked on their team. So got a lot of respect for these guys, and I'm excited to play these guys come Sunday.
To the team that you faced last year, but also the Bills faced last year, which film do you assign more weight to if you look back from?
I watch everything. You know, I'm really a sicko. I watch everything. You know, I might not go home and just watch like countless hours of film, but you know, anything where I'm in it, you know, any pass rush that I have, any rep that I've had against any of these guys, like I watch it. And you know, like I said before, I spend all the time, you know, trying to get my mindset right, trying to get my body right, trying to cross every single T and dot every single I. So when I go into the game, I'm at peace. Whatever the outcome is, I'm at peace. Whether I have 10 sacks or I get no sack, I'm at peace knowing that I did everything I could possibly do to have success in this game.
Is it, though, I guess more helpful to see then how you individually did against them last year? Or
I watch everything. I watch everything. I honestly do. Like, and then you can't really put too much weight into film as well, too, because, you know, things change. You know, they might show this on film, and they might just change it up in the game. So I don't want to put too much, you know, I don't want to put too much emphasis on what I seen on film. I think, like I said before, I like to put the emphasis on the mindset. I like to go into the game, you know, ready to go, no matter what I see, no matter who I play, no matter what offensive line rolls out there. I like to be the best version of myself that I could possibly be. Of course, you watch film and you get ready and you prepare. But for me, at year 12, I try to have a clear mind, and I try to put myself in a place mentally where I know, like, whatever happens in this game, like, I'm prepared for it.
So, you've talked in the past about your want in the future to be a general manager. When you look at, like, roster building and stuff like that, I'm sure it's something that you found interesting. The Bills have now played, you guys have played 58 players, which is second most in the NFL. A lot of that's due to injuries. In your time in the NFL, how much does that push a team to being great when you've got guys who can come in and make sure you're 3-1?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, you're only as good as your core group of players. And everybody has stars. I didn't know the stats. You know, 50, you know, play 58 players. And I'm not sure in the past, like, if we've done that before, but I think in each and every year you can expect some injury at any type of situation, whether it's your star players or whatever. You're going to have some injuries. So it's just a huge emphasis on having a great group of core players that are ready to play, that are talented. Even though they're not starting, they're ready to play. And, you know, Brandon Beane, he's done a good job with that. Les Snead did a great job with that with the Rams. George Payton and John Elway, they did a great job throughout. John did a great job with the Denver Broncos throughout. So I think just watching those guys, they really make the position look desirable. You know, especially, you know, Brandon Beane, you see him around here, man, he's just so cool, man. And you're just like, man, like, I want to do that when I'm done. And you see, like, you know, John Lynch and John Elway, former players, become GMs. And, you know, for me, they just make the job look so attractive. And I know it's a lot of hard work that goes into it. You know, there's nothing in life that you could just roll into, but it's a job in my eyes that they make it look desirable, and it's attractive to me for sure. GM Miller. Yep.
GM Miller? GM Miller. So have you spoken with OBJ at all this week?
Yeah, I talk to OBJ probably every week. You know, I check in with him. You know, keep in touch with him. And you know, OBJ, he's a vet in this league too. He understands, you know, teams and the way teams are built up too. And I'm sure, like, you know, when he looks at our team, I'm sure he can see himself fitting in our team. And, you know, he's going on tour now. He's going to, you know, Giants practice facility and the Saints and Tampa and all that stuff, which you should, you know. You should go around and see the league and, like, you know, get the love. Like, he's still on Super Bowl tour. You know, he's done just about everything in this league. Like, you want to go around and you want to get the love. But just me personally, I like just the way I like to think. Like, I think when it's time to, you know, start, you know, chopping the block, and I think when it's time to, like, get down to business, like, we already know where he's gonna be at. We know, just in my eyes, I think I know where he's gonna be at.